It is New Things Day, and if you're wondering if I'm immediately regretting not having my beanie on because I hate my hair because I feel like I look like a BG, you're right. I am hating, but hopefully I'll keep my head up like this, and you won't see my hair. And then I gotta hide the back somehow because it looks like I look like I'm a baseball pitcher from the '90s. Comics, back issues, some books, not the normal books. Bought some new books. Not quite new, but they're new than those, and an original piece of art, which might be a first for me, at least video wise. Getting the books first. Uncanny X-Men Annual #1, written by Cullen Bunn, art by Ken Lashley. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm interested to see what it's going to pertain to. I wonder if it's going to lead into Inhumans versus X-Men, or if it's going to be a standalone story. I believe most of the annuals I've read from Marvel for the past year or so have all been self-contained stories, which I'm all right with. I'm also all right with them continuing the story. It's when I think of problems that annuals have, I think of when they like Avengers used to do like 16 arc. All the annuals were one story. Holy shit! I mean, now in the future that is now, when I get those and read them all together, it's actually a nice story, but I couldn't imagine the hassle of you getting an annual of a book you're on, it having nothing to do with the book you're reading, and maybe something to do with an annual that you read from another book you're reading, but you're not on the other books. I couldn't imagine. Although that's kind of what some of these events do, so I guess I can't complain. The Uncanny X-Men's the only X book I'm on, and Apocalypse Wars made absolutely no sense to me. So, maybe same thing. Old Man Logan 13. I love Sorrentino's art in this. Sorrentino's art is phenomenal, and Jeff Lemire writing it hasn't dropped the ball on this book yet, 13 issues in. And I'll even go back farther to the 5-issue Battle World. I think that was a Battle World mini. I don't know. Infamous Iron Man. Brian Michael Bendis. I believe art is by Alex Maleev. And I loved issue 1. I really did. I like how Doom is always living in this gray area. You don't know what he's going to do. He's now acting as a hero, but is he a hero? Always just looking out for his people, really. So I'm interested to see where that book goes. Here it is. Calling it already. This book was written for me. This book is not written for anybody else in the world but me. And if anybody knows me, anybody knows my love and my affinity for this character and this artist. This is Thanos #1, written by Jeff Lemire, so hopefully he comes through with this like he's doing with Old Man Logan. With my favorite current artist, Mike Deodato, and I believe colors in here. And I don't usually get that deep. I don't know that much about colorists. I try to keep up on ones, but Frank Martin does a lot of Deodato's colors, and I think that Frank Martin does them very well. So I'm very, very excited about Thanos #1. Very, very excited. Did you hear I was excited? Next up, one of the most consistent books out right now. The Robbie Thompson written Silk. This is Silk #14. Looks like this is a Clone Conspiracy tie-in, so this may be an Apocalypse Wars 1980s Avengers Annual deal, because I'm not on any other Spider book. I'm not reading Clone Conspiracy. So let's hope this is a self-contained story within that arc, because if it's not, I'm going to be bummed out. But I believe in this book. I believe in Silk. I love this book. You should be reading Silk. Next up, great cover here. This is Deadpool #22, covered by Trad Moore and Matt Wilson. It's a phenomenal cover. If I didn't already have a Deadpool tattoo, could be it. Flying in with death on the noble steed. Next up, Uncanny Inhumans #1 now, also known as #15, written by Charles Soule. I like what Charles Soule is doing with his Inhumans. The Inhumans as a whole. He kind of boosted it, kind of sent it through. I love Reader. I think he's one of the most interesting characters in the universe right now. And it looks like this has a big part in it. He has a big part in this. I just saw a 2-page spread with Reader. I like that cover also. It looks like we're in the quiet room, the wisp room, the quiet room. I think it's the quiet room. Black Label, Black Bolt's bar. Now we're through the Marvel. Now we're going to hit some DC. This is Batman number 11. I Am Suicide Part 3. Written by Tom King, which Tom King has made it to that level of where I'm with me, where I will trust him. Whatever he's writing, I'll check it out. That being said, I should be reading his indie book. I think it's Sheriff of Babylon. If you're reading that, let me know and let me know how it is, because I've wanted to pick it up, but I feel like I'm too far behind at this point and I won't know what's happening. Should I get the trade? Should I just hop on it? Let me know. But Tom King, in my mind, he's getting up there with. It didn't take much. Took Vision. Vision kind of hit. There might have been something else. I mean, I'm loving his Batman too. But next up, Green Lanterns number 11. Truth be told, I enjoyed the other. I liked the look of the other Green Lantern cover better, which is, I believe it's the Phantom Lantern standing in like a Captain Morgan style with like the almost the old Kyle Rayner. I'm gonna mispronounce it. Parallax kind of armor on, but it didn't have my people on it. It didn't have Simon or Jessica, and I need them. I need them in my life for me to be sane and for me to be a decent human being. I need Simon and I need my Jessica. So I had to get the cover with them on it. Next, Cyborg number 5. And this is the one. Although the female cyborg on the front leads me to believe that I'm going to like this book a lot more than I maybe have in the past. Although I did just look at the final reveal. So I can tell you right now that I will be on number 6. At least. Because I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We'll see. Moving forward, we'll see. Next up, Trinity number 3. And I'm not sure if this is Francis Manapul not being able to keep up with a deadline, or if this was the plan all along, because I believe 1 and 2 was him writing and doing the art. And in this one, it's him writing. He did the scripts, and then Clay Mann did the pencils, and Clay Mann and Seth Mann did the inks. But one thing in these ebooks that I wanted to show is they do have kind of a 2-page dedication to Steve Dillon, the RIP page, if you will. It's been quite a party, ain't it? That's a great spread for that. It's a great dedication page. All right, and now moving out of DC, kind of. We're still in DC, but nice transition from DC to the indies, if you will. This is Cave Carson has a Cybernetic Eye, number 2. And I liked number 1. I was a fan of number 1. The art was way more cartoony than I thought it was going to be, but I think it works well with the story. Art is by Michael O'Ming, so let's see how I like this one moving forward, because I think it worked well with the story in the first one. I believe it will do the same here, written by Gerard Way. And now, I don't know if this is an indie or not. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. Although, why do we not call them part of the big? They should be a big, right? At this point, how long have they been around? The company I'm talking about is Archie. This is Archie number 14, featuring Cheryl Blossom. Gorgeous cover there. Cover by Aletha Martinez. Just gorgeous. Just love everything about it. Not being creepy about it either. I just think it's a great looking cover. The other cover that was at the shop was the one with Cheryl Blossom, the Derek Charm cover, which was okay, but I really like the Martinez cover. Not creepily either. 2 new books left. This is from Image, Mark Millar, Greg Capullo. This is Reborn, issue 2. I read issue 1 at the shop on a whim. Just picked it up, read through it. First half, absolutely hated it. As soon as it took that shift, I said, holy shit, this book is great. looking forward to what is going to happen in this. I really enjoyed number 1. I'm very excited about where it's going. So look out for this one to for me to be gushing about this at some point if the second one lives up to what I perceive it's going to. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, we have Peter Panzerfaust, issue number 24. I wasn't on the horse, if you will, for the first run of Peter Panzerfaust, but I hopped on all the trades after I heard how great it was. I have all the trades. It was the first series I ever bought all the trades for. I love this book. It has such heart. It has such a great story. It has its foot placed firmly in history as well as firmly in fantasy, and it's hard to straddle that line and still tell a compelling story, and I love everything about it. I'm so excited for this. So excited for 24 and then the conclusion of 25. It's great to see Peter back, and I'm very excited to see what happens. Now for some back issues. Oh, there's some other weird stuff here too, by the way. But just some back issues. By the way, I'm picking some more up Friday, so look for those in next week's New Things Day. But this is Eclipse Comics number 1. This is The Amazing Cynical Man. CM sells out. Very, very basic cover here. By the way, all these are like super weird stuff that I just saw and I liked and I wanted to grab. So, The Amazing Cynical Man. Next up, we have Cadaver, number 0. I don't really know anything about this. I like the cover. It's kind of a woman licking a corpse, if you will. Maybe doing a little more than licking because she's pretty involved. B. Moore on the cover here. I don't even know what publisher this is, but it says mature readers. So whenever I get around to that, maybe look forward to something involving that. This is Amy Racecar, color special number 1. And it is autographed here. And I want to open it up just to confirm the names. I don't want to butcher the names from the signatures themselves. David Lapham. That may be wrong. That may be Lapham. I don't know. My bad if I butchered that. And Sarah Dyer. Both of them. So they both autographed it there. And it looks like it was in 97 that it was autographed. This is an El Capitan book. I know nothing about this. It looks interesting. It looks interesting to me. I'm kind of I almost said vibing with the art, and wanted to refrain from that. But I'm interested in it, and you can't beat an autographed book in the dollar bin. Next up, something super weird that I have to open to show because I saw this and I even opened it at the shop and looked at it. Still don't understand what's happening. This is in 1986. I don't even know who published this. There's a Marvel thing on the back, but it's definitely not Marvel. Definitely not a Marvel book. I'm trying to get maybe creators' names. Maybe that'll help somebody. And I can't find any of those. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to show it because you definitely have to love just staring at me, looking through this. This is Daffy Kadaffy, Malice in Wonderland. That's all I can say about it because I honestly don't know anything else about it. If you know anything, let me know. But it looks different. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm interested. Daffy Kadaffy. If you see something like this, you have to pick it up, right? There's no way you can avoid it. I told you I got some weird stuff. I told you there was nothing normal in these back issues. Although this might be the most normal type thing. This and the next one. This is Different Beat Comics. I don't know much about it. I know Crumb has a story in here, which means this is probably for mature readers only. So, like I said, I guess I got a lot of mature stuff. Just some different stuff. Trying to throw some stuff in my collection that's making maybe read some stuff that's a little different than what I'm normally reading. Throw some stuff in there, kind of bust out of my shell a little bit. And then lastly, this is Man of the Atom, a special event by Warren Ellis, Derek Robertson, and Larry Malstedt. I may have said Malstedt wrong. Mahlstedt. Larry Malstedt. And this is a retailer review copy. So this says it was shipping in January from Acclaim Comics. I don't know exactly what year this came out, like what year this was supposed to come out, that this was sent to the retailers. But I thought it was pretty sweet that it's a retailer review copy. I mean, I know I don't have any in my collection. Wow, it's actually it's like the script is at the top, and then well, there's a little bit here. This is 97, I guess. It came out in 97. But they show like some of the scripts, and then they show a little bit of the story, and then they show some line work with some of the scripts at the top. Very interesting. Kind of excited about that. Not much to read in that, but interesting to have nonetheless. Wow, this video is long as shit already. Next are some things that were found in our storage room. We cleaned out our storage room to make room for other things in there. Oh boy, that sounds awful. And some of these were found, and I know, when I say I don't know anything about some of these books I show, I literally know zero. I don't even know how to pronounce these words because it's not English. I believe most of these are in Norwegian. So if you know how to speak Norwegian, or you could help me identify these, because maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe it's an American comic turned into Norwegian. I don't know, but this is Pondus or Pondus. Sometimes they return. I really can't read anything else on here. I'm trying to see when it was published. I don't even know that. It looks like 2006. This might be in Finnish. It was published in Finland. But yeah, I know nothing about this. Is Pondus. It says NR11 2006. And then I also have Pondus. Oh man, if I mess up English, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Jolien, Jolien, Julen, Jolen, Jolien 2006. This is kind of more of a magazine type, and there's some comic strip. There's some articles in here. I don't know what this is at all. I don't know what any of this is. Next is Nemi, and it says down here or over here Monstrifer. I know nothing about this either. This looks more interesting to me than the other ones. She looks like maybe some type of goth living in Norway, which would be interesting to read. She may have. Okay, I can't read any of this, but she's at the dentist, and there's just a scene where she has a syringe in her mouth and a bunch of other things. I wish I could read this. Maybe I need to look into that more. And then lastly, of the Norway stuff, this is Lucky Luke. Again, does Julen mean Christmas or holiday? Julen, Julen, because it looks like a lot of holiday themes on these. And this is one of the long. It's kind of a long format. It opens up and it's kind of comic strip. All right, that's it for the Norwegian, the Nordish, not a word. That's it for the Norwegian comics. Next, two books that were found also in the storage room that didn't know I had. This is Goosebumps. Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. Really beat up paperback, but Goosebumps played a huge role in me growing up and reading. I probably read every single one of them this summer. I couldn't tell you one story probably from them, but I read them all and I loved them as I was reading them. And then I'd like to get all the Goosebumps books in this format, this permabound hardback, with the art printed directly onto the hardback. This is Welcome to Camp Nightmare. I would love to have them all in this format, because this is the format I read from, and they're numbered. This is the format I read in the elementary school library. So this is the kind I would like to have. I don't see them a lot at all. I wonder if they were exclusive to libraries, because I think this may be like a what's the term I'm looking for? A discard from a library. Okay, next I bought 3 books. Bought 3 books. Idiot. I bought 3 books that I saw them. I usually don't even look at book. Well, I browse books, but I have so many books. By the way, also got told a coworker of mine who has some properties asked me. He said, "Hey, do you want some books?" And I said, "How?" I said, "What kind of books?" He said, "Oh, just some library books. Just I had somebody move out and they left them. I got to do something with them." And I said, "Well, if I don't take them, what are you going to do with them?" And he said, "Well, I'm just going to throw them away, probably." Yes, I'll take the books. So I got another 100 books or so coming my way. So that's fun. Just adding more to my collection. Love doing it, but I have so much right now. I don't have space, so it's going to be interesting to try to make space. Um, First up, and all these are kind of to me seemed I couldn't see them and pass them up. I need because I've never read these. I need to inform myself. I need to read these. Although this one is marked in, it looks like it may have been used in a college class or a school, or somebody just likes marking their books and writing notes. This is Alan Patton's Cry, the Beloved Country, published in 1948. It's his impassioned novel about a black man's country under a white man's law. I'm interested to see what this is. I read a lot about it after buying it, and it looks like it's going to be really good. I just hope I can get over the writing and the underlining in the book. I don't know if you can see that, because sometimes that gets to me, and I just like I'll see something underlined and become furious that it doesn't matter. Like they underlined something that doesn't matter. Next up is Anita Rao Badami. Copyright. I just fucking looked this up. I just looked this up. Anita Rao, because it rhymes with how. I saw that. Badami. That's it. Anita Rao Badami. Can You Hear the Nightbird Call? Published by Alfred A. Knopf Canada. But this is an uncorrected proof. This is an ARC, an advanced reader copy. And I guess this book, what little I looked up about it, she is an Indian citizen who gives up her citizenship in India to become a Canadian citizen. Tells the story of three women linked together in love and tragedy over a span of 50 years, sweeping from the partition of India and Pakistan in 1947 to the explosion of Air India Flight 182 off the coast of Ireland in 1985. So I'm interested to see where this goes to. These books, I think, shot right to the top of my to-read list. Next up, this is Sister Citizen, Shame, Stereotypes, and Black Women in America by Melissa V. Harris Perry. I believe it's just, no, I'm not believe, I'm gonna read what it is actually. It talks about hurtful and dishonest representations of African American women and how they have to navigate virtual crooked rooms that shame them and shape their experiences as citizens. Obviously, as a straight white man, I don't know anything about the life of a black woman in America. So I'm just trying to educate myself a little bit and learn a little bit. And I mean, apart from that, even though I already bought this, when I got home and read some of the reviews on the back, read some online about it, apparently this book is damn good. So I'm looking forward to this in a big way. Those three books I'm looking forward to in a big way. All right, now away from some of the more serious facts and getting into got some t-shirts today because my shop was having a sale, and if you spent a certain amount of money, you got a t-shirt. Let's just say I got 2 t-shirts, so we don't have to really talk about any of that. But they are all, I guess vintage is the wrong word, but I don't know what you consider vintage. They're all Pittsburgh Comic Con shirts, older ones that were like are left over. This is Pittsburgh Comic Con 2013. Superman on it. I believe it's a George Perez Superman too. I may be wrong. Nope, definitely a George Perez Superman. I don't know if I've seen a lot of George Perez Superman. And then the second one I got, there were older ones there, but these are the 2 that I wanted. What year was this? This was 2012. And this is The World's Finest. I'm trying to see who the artist is on here. I don't see any markings. That's going to bum me out. Wish I would have looked that up. It's Power Girl and Huntress on there. Pittsburgh Comic Con 2012. Year of the Apocalypse, guys. And that's it for books and comics and back issues. So now I know the piece that everybody's been waiting for. 25 minutes in, you're gone already. You're not watching this. There's no way. I've been rambling for 25 minutes talking about bullshit. It got serious with the books. Nobody wanted that. But I did buy an original piece of art today, and it is already framed. I got this Stuart Sager. It was a quick sketch for Pittsburgh Comic Con 2014 for charity. Somebody bought it, and then my shop got it. I guess the person who had it sold it or didn't want it or something, or never picked it up. My shop had it, and I picked it up, and I think this is absolutely gorgeous. It's Millie the model. And it actually, Stewart actually wrote down here, Marvel's longest running solo female comic. And then I think whoever bought it, his name may have been Stan Goldberg, because it says, thank you, Stan Goldberg, up here. Unless, is Goldberg Stan Lee's real name? Should have looked this up. I think Goldberg might be Stan Lee's real name. I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But I absolutely adore this. I think it's so beautiful. The colors are so beautiful. And this is immediately going on the wall. It may be right behind me next video, because I absolutely love this. There's never been a real piece of like uh, original art that I've seen and said I need that. The first time I saw this, I said, "Holy shit!" Like it honestly took my breath away. I love this. I think it's beautiful, and I can't wait to hang it. And Stuart Sager, to me, with this is all I needed from Stuart Sager, and I love Stuart Sager. But that's it. That's it. I'm sorry there was no guessing game. I'm sorry there was no year game. I have plenty of books to do it, but nobody wants me for any longer. 27 minutes is fine. I'm going to hold Millie the model up to take the picture, though, for the icon. Nope, not at all what I wanted. For the holy shit. Thumbnail. Holy shit. Look out for my video next week on early onset Alzheimer's, because obviously that's what's happening here. But thank you for watching, as always, especially if you made it this far. I hope you enjoyed this Millie the model as much as I do. Actually, I don't, because I love this thing. And how much you enjoy it doesn't really matter to me. Just like whatever I enjoy, whatever I say is good, should matter to you. Like what you like. Enjoy what you enjoy. Live your life. Love each other. Thank you. And scene. I still love this, though. It's not a scene. Not acting.